Hi,
Welcome.
everybody.
Happy to see you all. Hi.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, good to see
If
everyone.
you're at all comfortable, turn on your cameras so we can see you.
So you
Yeah,
guys
my
are
gallery.
coming in with your cameras off and you're on mute. So if you would like to turn your camera on, you certainly do not have to, but it does make the party a little more festive to be able to see each other. So your
Hey,
camera
Braz.
is down at the bottom of your screen. You can turn it on if you'd like.
He was here.
And yeah, if you would like to pop into the chat where you're from, we'd love to hear where you're from. So your chat is again at the bottom of your Zoom screen. You'll see something that looks sort of like a little text icon. And if you don't see that, click on the 3 dots where it says more and you'll find it. And you can just open that up, and it's a great way to ask questions or comment on something you see. So if you just open that up, you'll be able to see what everyone's saying. Look at where everyone's coming from. We've got New York and Arizona and Texas.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Hello, Susan Caro, who I can't see.
Pennsylvania. Wow. Eating dinner, Susan Carroll. You're allowed to do that too.
No, she's not. That's my good friend. I want to see her.
Oh, no.
Karen
So welcome, everyone.
thank
We're
you for
so
coming.
glad to see you and to hear you and to know you're here. Welcome to Art Party.
June. There's Susan.
And just one little thing, if we end up having any kind of technical difficulties or need to shut down the Zoom for any reason at all, we will post an updated link right on our website. So the website is artpartycentral.org. So you can always just go to there, and I'll remind everyone of that if anything were to happen. But we'll just sort of reopen and start right back where we started. So again, if you would like to turn on your camera, you're welcome to. If you'd like to unmute yourself, you're welcome to. None of those things have to happen either. And please do open up the chat, because it really makes your ability to participate a lot better, but also just to see what everyone else is saying. Wearing an ecologic, there's Austin. Wonderful, wearing an ecologic sweater.
And I see somebody in the chat from my town who's right where I am. Hello, person from Kings Park, Long Island.
Okay. That's me.
All right, so today is actually a really special art party. It's a little different than what we normally do. Today we're raising funds for 7 different synagogues. And so I will introduce those synagogues in just a little bit. But we also have 9 artists. So that is unprecedented for us. So lucky you guys. Glad you came. And we always do start off our parties with a toast. Sorry, I'm just admitting people while I'm talking. We like to start off our parties with a toast. So please grab a glass of water, a glass of wine, whiskey. We don't judge anything that you would like to toast with. And happy Wednesday, happy art party. L'chaim. Awesome. And we do still have people coming in at a steady clip, so we'll just keep that going. But right now, we are actually going to mute everyone. Don't be offended. It's just Zoom protocol, keeps it going smoothly. Okay, awesome. So hi, everyone, and welcome. As I already said, I am Sam Stone, and my partner Nora and I are up here in Vermont. It was a beautiful sunny day, unbelievably, up in Vermont today. And we are Swan&Stone Millinery, and we make wool felted hats. We hand block all of our hats up here in our studio in Vermont. And I'm also one of the founding members of Art Party Central. And I'm super excited to be hosting this special party tonight with all 9 artists. Let me tell you who we are joined with today. We have, as I said, 9 tonight. We're going to start with Shayna Croys of Shayna Croys Jewelry. and then Joy Stember from Joy Stember Metal Arts. And I want to give an extra thank you to Joy, who helped put tonight on. She really put in a lot of work helping to coordinate this event. Jan Lichtenstein from It's by Jan, Meghan Patrice Riley from Meghan Patrice Riley Jewelry, Kathleen Tisnakis as ekologic, from ekologic, sorry, Kathleen, also one of the founding members of APC, Art Party Central. Amy Lastman from Adar Designs, and it's Amy's first time today with Art Party Central, so we're super excited. In fact, Mary Carol's giving you a round of applause. I don't know if you can see it. A muted silent round of applause. Jennifer Lippman Bruno from Jennifer Lippman Bruno Designs, Amy Kanerock from Amy Kanerock Designs, and then finally we will hear from Karla Gudeon of Karla Gudeon Art and Design. And Karla also, with Joy, helped put tonight together. So thanks, Karla. So in case I didn't say it comprehensively, Kathleen, Karla, Meghan, and myself are all founding members of Art Party Central. So tonight we're all here, which is kind of fun as well. It doesn't always happen. So let me tell you how this party is going to work. Each of the artists are going to give a presentation, and if there's time, I will ask them some questions that were previously submitted. And then at the end of the party, we're going to raffle off 3 different $50 gift certificates. So you have to be present to win, but just for sticking around till the end of the party, you will have a chance to win one of 3 different $50 gift certificates. And then at the end of the party, we will open it up for some chatting and a little after party fun, we like to say. So like I said before, today's party is very special in that 15% of each purchase will benefit one of 7 synagogues. So we'd like to give a big welcome to those 7 synagogues from Abington, Pennsylvania, Old York Road Temple Beth Am, from Melville, New York, Temple Beth Torah, from Nanuet, New York, Nanuet Hebrew Center Congregation Shir Shalom, from Rockland County, New York, Orangetown Jewish Center, from Reston, Virginia, Northern Virginia Hebrew Congregation, from Huntington, New York, Sister of Temple Bethel, and from New York, New York, the Shul of New York. So after the party, we're going to send everyone an email with donation codes for each synagogue. So your purchase from each of the different sites, also those websites for each of the artists are going to be in that email. So we're going to take care of all of it for you. You just need to wait and look in your email box. So when you go to the websites, you can use the coupon code that's been given for each of those synagogues. So you can sort of choose which synagogue you want the 15% of every sale to go to. That's basically the whole rundown. I don't know if you sort of got all of that in your minds. We'll go over it later as well. But let's get to the reason that we're all here, which is to hear from our artists and to see their incredible work. And so we're going to start off with Shayna from Shayna Croys Jewelry. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hi there. I'm so glad to be here with you guys, and what a great event. And it's really nice for everyone to be able to give back to their synagogue. So I appreciate you all for being here. So my name is Shayna Croys. I am a sculptural art jeweler, and I have been making jewelry for almost 30 years and have loved every minute of it. I want to just introduce myself to you because there's so much work that I do. There's a few things that carry throughout all my work. Everything's very sculptural. Everything's has a lot of volume and form and voluptuous and sensuous. And everything's got a lot of color to it as well. So I'm going to start off by showing, I'm going to start with rings because they're small and we can kind of go up from there just to give you a quick idea of what I'm talking about when I talk about sculptural ring. So this ring is a cross finger ring. I'm wearing one on this hand and it goes across my hand and it's quite interesting yet very comfortable. All of my pieces are dimensional and are carved all the way around the piece. So there's really never You know, there's really never a dead zone on my work. It's all sculptural. It's all meant to be worn. I'm really interested in how we adorn ourselves and our bodies. And so the next sort of thing I want to talk about is my double-sided earrings. So these earrings are, and these are, everything I'm showing you so far has been in oxidized silver, 18 karat gold, and sterling silver. This is the earring that I'm the most well known for. It's a double-sided earring. It pulls apart. It's hollow, so it's really lightweight. When you're wearing them, this is a smaller version. When you're wearing them, you see you get this back front view. And what's so great about it is that, you know, we see ourselves from the front, but everybody else sees you from all angles. And again, as a sculptor, I like to think about how things are worn in all directions. The other thing about my work is that not only is it really sculptural, but I do a lot of very colorful, dynamic surfaces. I'm really interested in color, and I'm interested in combining fine metals with color. So you can see here, there's a lot of 24 karat gold fused onto these earrings. Again, no matter how large I go, this earring is super large. This would be an extra large crescent pod. They're all very light, very easy to wear. And I can go on and on with my earrings, but I do hope you go to my website because there's sort of endless versions. So these are smaller ones, but still you can see from the side, they're all very sculptural and and they're very dynamic. So then I'm going to move from my earrings and my rings to, let's grab a few necklaces. So this is a newer piece. This is also done with this poly enamel, which is a very lightweight enamel. It fuses about 400 degrees. And then again, I'm fusing in a lot of fine metals into that. And as you can see, I do like bright, but I also can go with some very simple, elegant. So this necklace is a collar that just fits on. This is brand new, hot off the bench. Just a swooping collar, again, very sculptural, very elegant, very dynamic, bold. You know, my work, it has all those things, but mostly it's comfortable. And then my bracelets, and you must look at all of look on my website because I just have so much stuff, but here's just a few ideas. So this is a sculptural cuff. And again, like the rings, you can see I'm sculpting the piece all the way around. The mechanism is actually hidden, snaps open. Like everything I make, really well crafted, well designed, easy to wear, and interesting from all angles. This is sterling silver with 18 karat gold, and they're green sapphires in there. So you'll find that some of my work has fine materials, and then some of it has some of the enamels. This is another group of pieces that I do. These are my one-of-a-kind sculptural cuffs, and these just fit on the wrist like so. They're first carved in, they're carved in foam, so they're hollow and they're super lightweight and really bold. I use, these are really great for a night out, but they're comfortable enough that you can wear during the day. Let's see, I'm just going to show you a few more earrings. Oh, I have a fun thing that should recently happened. I had a lot of my work that was used for a movie that's coming out, hopefully this summer, with Gabriella Union. And I just found one of the, her wearing a similar pair to these. I just found a picture on the web. So I'm super excited. I can't wait for the movie to come out. And hopefully if anybody sees it, my jewelry will pop and be recognized. And how am I doing on time?
You are doing great. While you're showing more earrings, can I ask you something?
Absolutely.
Can we do both at the same time?
Absolutely.
So there was just a question about now that things are sort of opening up and there's some in-person stuff going on.
Yes.
Are you still doing like Zoom parties, and are you going to?
I'm always, you know what, I think I'm always going to do Zoom parties because I love that one-on-one that I'm able to do and I'm able to take the time for. I have this space that you see behind me is my in-home gallery. So it's always set up when I'm not traveling. So please reach out. I actually really enjoy the Zooms. It was one of the great things that came out of COVID for me.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I asked you that because your website is so expansive and there's so much to look at, and there's nothing like having a little time with you while looking at the website. And I think that that's
And I have to be honest, guys, I don't get everything on the website. It's just so much work. There's a lot of pieces. Oh, really quick.
hard.
I didn't even show my Judaica.
Super quick, because we're out of time.
I forgot to show that I do these are Torah pointers that I do Judaica.
Awesome. Okay. Thank you so much, Shayna. And we're going to go to Joy now. Joy Stember. Hi, Joy.
Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. And I'm excited to be representing my synagogue, Old York Road Temple Beth Am. And so I am a pewter Judaica artist. I specialize in very textural work. And so these are a pair of candle holders. This says, these are specifically for wedding or anniversary. These say, Ani ledodi v'dodi li, I am my beloved is mine. And that is all etched, roll printed into the metal. But what's great about my candle holders is that they come with 2 sets of brass inserts. So you have one for Shabbos candles, and then you have another one for standard tapers, which of course I don't have out. But there's another set that's thinner that goes in there that so you can change it out. So you can use whatever size candle you want. I do a lot of 3D printing as well. So one of my favorite mezuzahs that I'm making right now is this one. This is 3D printed in steel with a gold vermeil on it. And there's an acrylic tube that would go in to protect the scroll. It has corks on the top and the bottom, and that allows it, to be perfectly safe for outdoors. All my mezuzot are safe for indoors or outdoors. This is one of my top designs, this triangular angular design. The shins are copper, the base is pewter. They hang on the back with just a nail. So you put the nail into the door frame and hang it. This is called the rose texture. And again, I have about, 13 different textures at this point that you can choose from. This is another one. This is a deco pattern with a brass shin, and it hangs the same way, or you can use Velcro. I give you everything that you need to hang it with. I also have, this is one of my most popular. This is the Shama Prayer. And this has a slightly antiqued finish, so you can really see the lettering up close and more distinct. And again, the shin is done in copper. But I love to work bigger. And since Hanukkah is coming right around the corner, 3 weeks away, so don't forget to order now because we all have to make our stuff. I do this gorgeous menorah. This is called the Negav Menorah. And what is fabulous about this is that these side pieces, this is the one I use at home, so it's a little dirty, but the side pieces are elevated or relieved from the base. And so it really gives you that beautiful two-tone, two-texture look. And these are all brass and pewter. And what's super cool, which unfortunately I'm not showing you a good one, but it's very well loved and well used, but inside here, it's all threaded. And so, you always have the problem with your candles being floppy one way or another. This way you turn your candles in into the threads and they'll stand straight up. I have a number of styles that do that. I want to show you one of my most popular dreidels. This is semi-new, but so this is called the 3D Twisted Dreidel, and it is 3D printed. This one is nickel, and it really is just so beautiful when you spin it. And it comes in nickel or gold. I'm running out of the gold, so order fast. I think I have 7 left, and with more to come. So, don't worry, but this is really super my favorite. I also do great housewarming presents, bottle stoppers, again, 3D printed, with more affordable with the nylon. It comes in blue, it comes in black, it comes in white. This is another brand new product that's not even on the website yet. So you're seeing it kind of firsthand. These are tea light holders. So they have this beautiful, this is my radial pattern. These have been hydraulic pressed. So you get this more dimensional form. And then the bottoms are cast in pewter and soldered on. But they really are just beautiful to put your Shabbos candles out. A lot of people are using tea lights these days instead of the standard Shabbat candles, but I can do these in any texture. This is rose. I also do a Hamsa. This is my central pattern Hamsa. It's the same on both sides with the evil eyes there to bring your home protection. And what else do I want to show you? Oh, I wanted to show you the Sarah Menorah. This is aluminum and pewter. And I'm really loving doing mixing 3D design on the computer and then being able to make a model and cast it. It's allowing me to get some really incredible shapes like this one. To fabricate this by hand would be almost impossible. But this way I can do this and bring it to you for not an arm and a leg. So this really, it looks fabulous when it's lit. And the shamash is taller, so it's a nice kosher menorah.
Joy.
Yes.
So we just have a couple seconds left, but
Yeah.
I was reminded by the comment. I think Joy has something for everyone on my list. I know you've shown us a bunch of them already. Can you just show us what are your go-to Hanukkah gifts, given that we have like 2.5 weeks left before the start of Hanukkah?
Yes.
No stress.
No stress, no stress at all. I mean, it's not like I'm working 15 hours a day
Right.
with a 2-year-old. But so this is one of my favorite dreidels. This is a full pattern stone dreidel with brass and pewter. This is definitely one of my go-to favorites.
Show us one more, or
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and then we'll.
Yep, this is
Beautiful.
the man that has everything. This is doubles as a paperweight, but it's a gorgeous dreidel. It's nice and hefty. It makes a fabulous gift.
Love it. Thank you so much, Joy. This was
No.
wonderful. And we're going to move over to Jen from It's by
Hi.
Jen. Hi.
Hey, hi, Sam. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. I am Jan Lichtenstein from It's by Jan, and I do silk work and glass work. So the silks, this is my bestseller. It's bubble silk, and here, let me show you. It has an elastic in the fabric, so it's just adds to your style. It gives you nice lines. And then I also do scarf magnets. So scarf magnets are a beautiful piece of glass with a magnet on the back. Have them in lots of different styles. They can be used as lapel pins, brooches. We have many different types of styles. So we'll start here. And they make phenomenal Hanukkah gifts. We give you they're in a little package with a card to tell people what they are and how to use them, so that you're not giving a gift to somebody who just thinks it's a decorative thing to stick on the fridge. And we also do Talit Clips, and these can be done in any of the patterns. They also can be done in other shapes, and they're perfect for holding a talit on you, so you're not spending your time trying to make sure it doesn't fall off or grabbing it off your shoulder. On the silks, what I do is a process called Arashi Shibori. And what that is a Japanese tie-dye technique. And that tie-dye makes all these different lines that you can see on here. And it's all done with that, literally wrapping it around a plumbing pole with string, compressing it, soaking it, and then the dye will pull towards different areas of the silk. And so you get all these wonderful lines. Another type that I have that's actually relatively new is, this is actually a organza silk. And it's basically made in a circle. But what's great about this one is you can, and this is so new, it's not actually on the website yet. But you can just put it around twice, put a magnet on, and it'll stay that way all day. And the great thing also about this is now that it's winter, it's a little harder to wear shawls if you're also wearing a coat. So this will show like right in your coat. You can leave your coat open at the top. Silk is always a little bit warm or a lot warm. So, and then we do these really beautiful, and of course when I say we, I mean me. This is charmeuse, which is really the Rolls Royce of silks. And you can see all the different lines and the patterns. And as you can see, I love color. And the great thing about this is you can just do a little fold, makes it fancy. Put the magnet on, put the magnet back behind your shirt, excuse me, and your scarf will never move. So you have a little extra fanciness. You can throw this or any of them over a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, and you will look ready to go out. Another thing that I've recently started doing is the wave scarf. And the wave scarf, I started doing this because most scarves are rectangles, but when you try to put it around you, there's ends up being a lot of extra fabric in the front. So I came up with this so that there wouldn't be so much fabric and you would have a really nice style. So it would be, it would upscale, but you wouldn't feel like, so a lot of times customers have said, you know, it's just too much fabric for me, I can't do it. But this gives you a nice, all the way around, it has a really flowy, wavy kind of look. So I feel like I'm Vanna White or something here today.
Jan,
here's
can you
another-
show us, what is this, what is the, oh, show us that one. And then I'm dying to see this orange on the mannequin.
Okay, sure. So this is what I call a topper.
Oh, great.
And it is a bubble silk that, and this can come in any colors. And we make them, you know, if you feel like you need much smaller or bigger, we can do that as well. Also, we can make them obviously longer. So this just gives you an opportunity. And all silk is a little slippery, so the magnet really helps with it not zooming around if you like the little V at the bottom.
Now, is the topper always in bubble silk?
No, I can do them in others too.
Different,
I'm working on some other silks, but I'm trying to use stretch because it just makes it, sometimes if it's not stretch, I have some, they kind of, depending on your shoulders, can come down a little bit. So I'm working on trying to redesign that to make it possible to, you know, just really accentuate the best way we can. So this is the orange one.
Yeah, that is beautiful. Can customers like request their own color combinations and fabrics with you?
Absolutely.
Oh.
You know, we can do Zoom or we can just talk on the phone. You can tell me what you want. Color-wise, if you just, you know, kind of give me a really good idea or a picture of something you love or a picture of one of your outfits you want to go with, I can design something with the colors that you want. So we could do pretty much, as you can see, we have quite a few colors that I do. We also do, this is what we call all the different colors in one is the exotic birds collection. And this is a smaller scarf, which can be worn both as a bit of a shawl, but so as just a nice scarf.
Wow,
so
that's
yeah,
incredible.
You can do any kind of colors. I do a lot of work in jacquard, which is a silk with a pattern in it. So there's different patterns. This one is kind of a little wavy pattern. And I'm actually just starting doing more stuff in velvet. So I order
Well,
in.
we are We are out of time, but thank you for showing us so many, and that's incredible that people can work with you to choose their own colors. That's amazing. Thank you,
Thank you.
Jan. And now we're going to hear from Meghan.
Hello,
Hi.
everybody. Welcome. Hi, I'm Meghan Patrice Riley, NPR. I got caught because Jan's talking about velvet, and I'm very intrigued. It's one of my favorite pieces from her, so we'll have to see that at the after party. Welcome to my studio. I'm NPR, and we're in Brooklyn, New York, and I make contemporary jewelry. So I'm going to show you some and kind of think about, I keep thinking about holidays and buying presents for other people, but also thinking about dressing up and seeing my loved ones and having those special outfits and occasions again. So doing a little something for me too. So I brought both for us. I brought a little statement pieces, something for me and for you, and then maybe something for your loved ones. So I make contemporary jewelry, which is very ambiguous. What that means is I like using traditional metalsmithing techniques, working in gold and silver, soldering, hammering, all that, but I love bringing in different materials. So what I focus on a lot in my collection is using industrial materials like this woven steel cable, which is really flexible and light, and it's something you find all over the world. They use it for bike locks, electrical rigging, for how they construct suspension bridges. And this is this construction technique and fabrication really inspires me. And what I do is I miniaturize all the cable, and I make it really fine and feminine and start sculpting it and drawing with it in space. So you can see some of that same cable can be done in a miniaturized form. And I'm able to start building these 3D forms. What's so cool about the cable being these little strands having 49 miniature little wires inside, it makes it really, really strong and flexible. So all the pieces are like ethereal and light feeling, but have a lot of visual look without being really heavy and weighing down, which is great for earrings. Where my traditional metalsmithing comes in is I like to do a lot of 14 karat gold fill work, sterling silver work, build all the frames and bases and specialty ear hooks, where then all of my sculptural work can then float off of. Thanks, Mary Carol. You guys, I love all the wonderful comments. These are my gravity hook earrings, which I think are really fun. I just did a humongous pair of these. This is a nice statement piece without being really big. It's a nice 3-inch. It's like wearing a little sculpture on your ear, a little tornado. But I also do more traditional, almost like more like gold hoops. But I love making things really contemporary and using math and forms and lots of iterations to build a lot of movement into the pieces. So everything's on little tubing. So nothing's ever fixed. There's always like a lot of movement inside, and they all are kinetic and will flow. I cannot put that in right now. Will flow with different body types and different curves. Yes, total jewelry geek. This is I brought I think one of the most classic winter pieces, gold and pearls. So this is timeless, ageless, like every age group, every body type, everybody can wear this. This is one of my first pieces I consider to be really classic. My mom is a huge inspiration to me, and she's a lady, and she's a pearl girl. So the first time I ever brought any gemstones into any of my work, because I did such math inspired work, it was just very minimalist. It was a big jump for me to bring gemstones in. So this was the first piece I made. And I think, and it's still a very strong part of my collection. It has the circles. They're not perfect. They're not perfectly symmetrical. There's a little sculpture happening in here. There's math happening in here. There's little 14 karat gold fill squares that are sparkling and creating almost like constellation patterns within the piece. And then the pearls are balanced as well. It's not just a strand of pearls. They're dotted throughout there and floating, kind of like moons in orbit around different planets. And it still has that fun lightness and flexibility. And I finish everything with magnet class. So I think about being able to wear these pieces and throw them on and have them be very elegant and sculptural, but also wear them casual. They're kind of like yoga pants jewelry a little bit is what I think of, like a very elegant Lululemon echelon. And then I've also been bringing you some new some of those sculptural pieces. I just put this one out. This is what I'm thinking of, like with statements. Like we're gonna be doing pictures with our families. So maybe the first time we get some of those pictures in a long time, and we want to mark those moments. So what are you gonna wear? What outfits are you putting together? What special things are you bringing? What food are you bringing? And that's kind of like what's been inspiring me in my designs lately. So this came together as a fully, just tons of math. You can see it flows, even though it looks like it's going to be more 3D, it actually has a lot of engineering behind it. And it still does that. Looks so linear, right? You can pop it out and shake it. It pops right back into place. I love that. Sam, I know I missed your comments.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we have just a little bit of time left, but I'm just dying to ask you, so on some of these larger pieces, because I'm thinking, you've got my head thinking now that you're saying, what are you going to wear? How are you going to look? So some of these larger pieces, will you help us figure
Yes.
out? So you do FaceTime and Zoom, and like with
Very limited right
if
now.
we're afraid to pull the trigger on sort of a bigger piece because we don't know how it's going to look on us, you will do some FaceTime and we'll and same goes with gifts, right? You want to show us like what are two of your favorite like go-to items for gifts
My
that we can
favorite
just
are
go to your
right now are-
website and done, right?
Yeah, like I would say earrings, like this style of earring, my
There we go.
lattices.
Now I can see it. Yeah.
Those mini lattices, which has little gemstones on it. It's
Yeah.
about almost 2-inch earring, so it's there's a little movement. But then if they're not quite there,
Mm-hmm.
we have, I'm sorry, I'm a little blown out.
Come in.
Yeah,
There you
there
go.
we go. Okay. These circle earrings.
Yep.
We do them in every color. This is gunmetal, fine silver, gold, silver, gunmetal, on posts, on hooks.
Wonderful.
This is
Thank you.
everybody, every age
Yes.
group.
Perfect. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. And we are actually now going to go over to Kathleen of ekologic.
Hi, welcome everybody. I'm so happy to be here tonight and just thrilled to be able to tell you about my work. For those of you that don't know me, I am a recycling fashion designer. So what does that mean? That means that instead of buying new material, I actually go and harvest old cashmere sweaters. I work with used clothing dealers to get my raw material before they ship our old clothes around the world or potentially landfill those items. I go and hand select the cashmeres, the best qualities that I can find, bring them to my studio, wash, restore, and manipulate the fiber, and then hand cut and collage into my various designs. So I design everything from hats to sweaters and skirts that you see behind me. And I'm just going to put on a few hats for you just to sort of get a feel of my work. You know, Friday is coming and it is going to be very cold on Friday. I don't know if you all have looked at the weather yet, but we're going to need our woolies. So this is my beret style. And this is great on men or women. It is one of my newest pieces. And when you're all snuggled up in your hat, you may also want a pair of mittens. Now, if you notice, these are a little bit longer. It's because there's a hidden pocket inside. And what I love about this design is that I can snuggle that fabric down around my hand. I can do whatever I have to do and really keep me toasty warm. One of the things that I do to the cashmere to make it so delicious is that I actually felt it and make it very thick and warm. And so that is a very special attribute to all of the different hats that I make is that, lightweight. They fold up really tiny in a pocket. They can be for men or women. You can wear them sporty or colorful. It's really just about the individual. I do 5 different styles that are based on people's face shape and function. And, I never hesitate to find really great patterns and put those in the work as well. Behind me, I have some really, some of my favorite sweaters, actually. I'm going to bring this one up so you can see it. This is the Trixie Classic, and I believe Liz is wearing hers tonight. So I got to see that in our on the Zoom today. But this is just a customer favorite, and I have so many people that have received these for Hanukkah gifts, and they have been so loved by everyone. You do, since this is a tailored fit, you do want to go a size up if the person likes to wear their clothing loose. If they are a more fit person accustomed to layering, this size will fit them just fine. I do many different styles of sweaters. Like I'm wearing the butterfly. I have a butterfly that I'd like to show you. Sometimes the fabric sort of inspires me in a different way. And I just thought this was such a beautiful piece for the holidays. A little black dress underneath it. It would be the perfect thing to go out in. And it just, it makes me happy. And I hope it makes you happy too. I always talk about how my pieces are made like paintings, because I never know what's going to come through the waste stream. And that is what inspires me. It's that bit of the unknown and the serendipity of the fabrics coming together. And every once in a while, I get some really fabulous florals or prints that I can put in the work. I'll bring that one up a little closer so you can see. I think this piece really shows how I make the pieces like paintings. It's done with a little magnet clasp right here, but you can see that these, wherever you see a color change, it's actually a different garment that I have put together, fabrics from those original pieces. So it's a lot of fun. I'm going to show you the back on this as well. So this is a nice piece because you can be at the office, have a little shell underneath. It's not too heavy. It's a really pretty blazer that is so super comfortable. I asked myself recently, like, what is my favorite part about cashmere? And I have to say, it's the lightness, the fact that you can be wearing so warm and wearing garments, but they don't make you restricted in any way. You don't feel the weight. All you feel is the warmth and the comfort.
That's wonderful. Thank you. I was actually going to ask you that, so you covered that territory, which is so wonderful. But I did want to ask you, how can we learn more about the work that you create? Because I know you have so much to say about why you do this, how you do this.
Yes. The best thing to do is to definitely follow me on Instagram and Facebook, but we have a weekly newsletter that we put out during season, and it really allows you to follow the work as I'm making it. You get previews on new things, and I love the connectivity and the interaction with the customer. So please sign up for our newsletter. And I will be in New York City on November 21st for Grand Bazaar. It's a one-of-a-kind weekend there. And of course, you will get to see all of these one-of-a-kind pieces in person. So please come to that as well.
Oh, that's great. And I receive your newsletter. And so I also want to just echo that. And that it's so wonderful to sort of have the behind the scenes. I know, of course, that's what we're getting at Art Party Central, but understanding why it is that you're making that purchase and why it is that you have committed your life to making this work. And that means so much to me as your customer. And I'm sure others see it the same way. Thank you very much, Kathleen.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So now we're going to hear from Amy, and it's Amy's first day here at Art Party Central. Welcome, Amy. We're so excited to see you. You are muted.
I did it.
There you go. Perfect.
Hi, everyone. It's nice to see you all. I'm Amy Lastman, and my studio is Adar Design. My focus, as you can see from behind me, is contemporary Judaica, and I work with fiber. So I do wall pieces, I create kippot, taluses, chupot, which are wedding canopies, challah covers, matzah sets, and some pieces for synagogues, such as Torah mantles and parochet, which are art curtains. A little bit about how I got into the work. I was designing handbags and scarves. And as I said earlier, there are people out there who design lots of really wonderful handbags and scarves, probably better than the ones that I was working on. But when I was doing that work, someone came up to me one day and asked me if I would create a tallis. It was a really daunting task, and I said yes, but I realized when I started to work on it that there was so much more that I needed to imbue within this piece of fabric. So it was spirituality, it was the intention of the person who was going to be wearing it, it was how that would integrate into her choice of the way she was going to pray. It was going to be a garment that was going to be worn in happy times and in sad times and in times of great introspection. So everything I did on the garment, whether it was the embroidery or the stitches or the choice of fabric, needed to be done with a great deal of intention. I also had the advantage, as I had mentioned earlier, of being in the right time frame. So within the past 20 or 30 years, Judaism, most of the denominations of Judaism have gone to much more egalitarian practice. So that means that women of a certain vintage, including me, didn't get a talit when we were bat mitzvahed. So there's this whole range of people who are now looking for something that they can wear that's going to express who they are. The only obligation in the requirement of wearing a talit is that it have tzitzit. So these are the tzitzit, these are the strings, and the strings that I work with are imported from Israel, and they're made out of sheep's wool. And once you have that, so that they're between the knots and the wraps, it represents the number 613. And 613 is the number of mitzvot, or the number of good deeds. It's not just a good deed, it's the things that you need to do to become this wonderful human being. And so when you gather these, when you're wearing this and you gather these, it reminds you of all these things that are your goal. I mean, the realistic thing is that nobody's going to get them all done, or nobody's going to get them all done at once, but it's something to bring you into that direction. So I hope that when you wear something and you put it on, it's going to really bring you to that place where you want to be able to be your best self. So this is a new one that I created. And so the embroidery on this is peacocks. In the Ashkenazi tradition, the peacock represents joy and creativity. So I thought it was just a perfect mix. And the text on here, the English version is, do good, pursue peace, seek peace and pursue it. So that's one of the Psalms. And the corners of this design are also, I created a design that was also reminiscent of the peacock feathers. So just as an aside, there are 175,000 stitches between individual stitches between the two peacocks, the four corners, and the bag that matches. So each of these pieces requires a great deal of intention and a great deal of attention. I do stuff, so I'd like to be able to work through different parts of people's lives because there's so much ritual within the Jewish religion. So this is one piece that I created, and the text reads, Reb Nachman, I love his stuff. Anyway, so hundreds of years ago, he wrote, "The day you were born is the day that God decided the world could not exist without you." So this is a perfect piece to give to a parent of a new child. It can be done with the crayons. I've done it with musical notes. It can be done with a Jewish theme. This is a piece that's in process, but when you work with people, you work with people who are in all places in their lives. So this one says B'Tselem Elohim, and B'Tselem Elohim means created in the image of God. And so what I wanted to do is take the Autism Speaks concept of using the puzzle and then integrate that into a piece so that whatever person you're celebrating the special qualities of that person. And so I wanted to give people an opportunity to look at that. Another wonderful wedding opportunity, another wonderful wedding gift. If you want to give a bride and a groom something that's really going to stand out and going to be part of their ceremony. So this is a smash bag. So if you've been to a Jewish wedding, the moment you step on the glass is the moment everybody says Mazel Tov, and all of the energy that's in the wedding just explodes. So this one, so here is the date for the wedding in both Hebrew and for the Jewish calendar and the American calendar. And then I don't know if you can really read this, but this is the name of the bride and the groom that's embroidered here. And then there's a central motif. And the bag is fully lined, and then it's closed here with the string so that when you step on it, the shards of glass are not going to come through. And some people will choose to then keep their shards of glass and then put them into a mezuzah or something wonderful in the future. So I'm going to bring you one more talit. This. So I have the opportunity to work different fabrics, and every once in a while I find something that's really inspiring. So this one, instead of putting text, put hand beaded design. And this is actually the bottom of the talit. So this would not be your everyday Sabbath talit. It's probably for a rabbi or a cantor who is officiating at a wedding, or it could be for a bride, or it could be for someone for a very special occasion. Then you have the opportunity at that point to decide what you're going to wear for your kippah. So maybe for a bride, this could be what she would wear on her urfur, which would be the service, the week or a couple of weeks before her wedding. So she could wear something like this. She could even add a plume or a feather, or we could use this and then add her veil. And then this could be a beautiful base for a bridal veil.
Those are so beautiful. I love seeing, please, so we're just about out of time, but can you please show us the, you had one for Pride. It had all rainbow and it was just so beautiful. Just very quickly, sorry.
Oh, where'd it go? Here. Uh-oh. Disappeared.
Oh, well, we can, I'm gonna write it down to see it in the after party because I just thought it was so delightful.
Oh, wait.
Thank you so much, Amy. Oh, there we go. I love it. Thank you so much. It's such a treat to have you on the party. And we are going to go now to Jennifer Lippman Bruno. Hi.
Hi, so I'm Jennifer from Jennifer Lippman Bruno Design. A very quick history for those of you who don't know me. Went to school, pre-med psych major, graduated art history major. Then I studied jewelry design for 2 years, one in Philly, one in New York. I stayed in New York and I was the design director for over 5 years for a high-end jewelry designer. They closed. I went to my next love, which is knitting. And I had my own business for over 10 years where I designed patterns and accessories for knitters. After selling it, I went back to my first true creative love, which is jewelry design. So when I started with sterling silver and concrete. I knew I wanted to do something different. As time went on, I started to sprinkle in some diamonds and some 14 karat gold. So these earrings are just simple studs. It's in the silver, the concrete, and the diamonds. This is the gray concrete that I dye. And then the same in the natural white. Just so you can get an idea of how the color changes, the feel of the piece. Something to mention is concrete is super lightweight. It's lighter than resin. It's lighter than stones. Very comfortable to wear. I can't wear heavy, so I don't make heavy. If you wanted something with a little more oomph, these are my little dancing ladies. I always used to do posts, but I had a lot of requests for French hooks, so I'm branching out and exploring that. So these are all in sterling silver. And this pair, the hook and the bezel are 14 karat gold, and then it has a black oxidized sterling silver chain. Now these do move. So what I did was I put diamonds on both sides. So when you wear it, you're always gonna look fantastic. These are really fun. Talking about going out again and being dressy. Now, if you like the idea of that length, but you're not into movement, this is one of my staple earrings. I love these. These are the effortless wire drop earrings. Again, this is the gold with the diamond and the concrete. I also have them, this is the silver. Here's the gold. Here's the gold. Here's the silver. These are so pretty. I have these on now. So what's nice about these is I put the post a little lower so it sits higher on the ear. So it really looks good on everyone. It's so flat and comfortable, you'll forget you're wearing them. Then I've got some pendants. Oops. So again, that's in the gold. Here's the gold. Everything's backwards in this. Here's the gold, the diamond, and the concrete on sterling silver chain that's oxidized. And these are sterling silver, concrete, and diamond, also with the oxidized chain. So on these, on certain styles, again, the chain goes right through it, so it lays flat. But on this style, it is reversible. And so there's a diamond on each side, because again, if it's gonna move and there's a chance that it might flip, I want me to look good and feel comfortable all the time. So now the earrings are a little smaller. Oh, and the necklaces, but my rings tend to be a little bigger. So this style, so this is concrete, sterling silver, and diamond. A lot of them have what I call an elevated split band shank. Very simple. Here's another style. It's a little chunkier, and you can see the concrete in between the two bands. And then it's filled with the concrete and the diamond. And then another style that I love is called randomness diamond ring. So I have it either with 3 diamonds, 5 diamonds, or there's 7. And I have a couple of different concretes in each. I think there's gray, white, and a couple blue. Something that I just finished last night is this bracelet. So again, it's the same concrete diamond charm, but I put it on a strand of labradorite. And what you can do is you can wrap it, obviously, as a bracelet, or you can wear it long as a necklace. And I also did it with black spinel, which is a really pretty piece. It's very sparkly. Now, for those of you who would just like traditional metal, I have that also. So this is my bubbles. These little guys are great studs. They come in sterling silver or 14 karat gold. The larger ones are, again, the French hook. You can see the back. And so what happens for the larger ones, it sits like a post. So I'm wearing that one now. It sits like a post, but it has the ease of the French hook. And the larger ones can come plain silver, plain gold, or with the diamonds. And I always put the diamonds like 2 and 4 just to make it a little funky and fun. Let's see, there's so much to show you. So little time. So then going back to my knitting days, these guys, again, sterling silver, and this is 14 karat yellow gold hook and center with a sterling silver frame that was oxidized. And so these are crochet center, really fun. That also come in pendants. So those are really fun to wear. And then,
Those are gorgeous.
tell me when to shush.
So no, I'm not telling you to shush. We have just a few seconds. And what I would love to hear from you is, how do you care for this crazy, unique concrete jewelry?
So the concrete, it's interesting. Think of it like a pearl. It's a porous material. So I do seal it. There is a sealant to protect it, but all you have to do, avoid lotions, potions, perfumes. So it's the last thing you put on, the first thing you take off. And then to get the metal all nice and brought up to the original state is you take a steel wool, like a 4-0 steel wool that you can get at any hardware store, and just lightly brush it, and then it'll look fantastic.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Jennifer.
Thank you.
And we're actually now going to hear from Amy of Amy Kanerock Designs. Hi.
Hello, everybody. I am so excited to be here tonight with you. So happy to be able to support the synagogues who are participating and to be with such amazing artists. So I work with glass beads and natural stones. So I'm going to start with my Big Bang piece that Jennifer said she just finished a piece yesterday. We jewelers work hard. So this is the piece that I finished last night. I wanted to be able to show it to you. It is labradorite. And this is really a strong statement piece, similar to the one that I'm wearing, but I'm wearing this one on a light chain. This one, I really went for the big bang. And I put it on this beaded, chunky beaded chain that picks up the colors in the stone really beautifully. And what's fun is that you can wear this piece on either side. So the back features more gold with the bronze, and the front features bronze and kind of a matte bronze and a little bit of a gold detail. And the chunky chain brings all of it together. So I'm going to move my piece and just show you that you can wear this piece as is, or you can easily slide off the pendant and just wear the chunky chain, which is fun. Or you can slide off the pendant and wear the pendant on a long gold chain as a long piece. So really with a piece like this, you have actually four different pieces, because you can flip it and wear the other side of the pendant too. So it's really fun. And this is of course a one-of-a-kind piece. I can repeat this kind of a chain, but all of my stones are one of a kind. So this is my newest labradorite statement piece. And now I want to show you some of my all-time classic pieces. What's fun about my collection is that I create this. It's another piece that's almost finished. I have to tell you, this is my most popular necklace. And so I go to a market in New York City, the Grand Bazaar at 77th and Columbus every Sunday. And every Sunday, if I have this piece with me, I sell it. So, so I wanted to show you because it's one of my customer favorites. And I think it's because it's one of my favorites too. So, our enthusiasm sort of spreads. But this is hematite and bronze with clear crystal that sort of darkens because of the influence of the hematite. And what's fun about this piece is that I have all kinds of coordinating pieces in this same color combination, hematite and bronze, which I think is just really rich. So they don't match, but they coordinate because they're not the same design or the same weave, but just the same color. So you can go through my website and anything you choose in hematite and bronze will coordinate. So you can pick the styles you like. And here's just a little dainty bracelet that I did in those same colors. That's fun. And I do this also in a pumped up version. Here it is in another color, just to give you an idea. So yeah, so they're fun. And here's another little hematite and bronze. These make a great gift. They're dainty squares, just really light, from check glass beads. And all of my earrings are either 14 karat gold fill wires or sterling silver. Here's a little pendant I did in that same color combination. This is moonstone, also I think a beautiful gift. So this is a small moonstone that is encased in hematite glass beads with a little bronze border, and this one's also reversible. And on the back I did more silver, and it's on an oxidized sterling silver chain. I think this is the one-of-a-kind piece.
That is gorgeous.
So,
Amy, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
So we've seen a lot of diversity in your work. And so I almost hate to ask you, but I know that it's on people's minds. If we see a style or design that we like, but we want it in a different color, do you work with people to do that kind of thing?
Absolutely. This is a perfect example of what you're asking. My Dreidel earrings. And these are for all year round as well as a geometric little earring. But yeah, you could see these and say, I want them in purple and green, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wouldn't personally recommend it, but.
Amy, can you take one of those Dreidel earrings and bring it up really close so we can see it?
Yeah.
I would love to see the detail of the beading there.
I'm going to show it to you in this same hematite and bronze colorway. So this is the Dreidel earring. in hematite and bronze.
Yes.
Very, very light. You wouldn't even know that you're wearing anything.
That's lovely.
But I go for statement as well in the earrings.
Oh, right. I love them. Well, thank you so much. And
Thank you.
we are actually now at our last artist of the evening, and we're gonna see some of Karla Gudeon's work. There she is. Hi.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Oh, sure can.
Okay, because I unmuted like 3 times. I actually knew it. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here at this special presentation at our Hanukkah art party. It was such an honor to work on this with Joy and my fellow co-founders of Art Party Central. I'm Karla Gudeon of Karla Gudeon Art and Design, and I make original watercolors over engravings and goods and gifts for the home. And I have a long backstory where I started off as a school teacher and then found my way into a career to pursue my passion and what I love. And I've been fortunate enough to do it for many years. And for those of you that don't know me or don't know what a hand-colored engraving is, it's a process that goes back over 200 years. And for every work of original watercolor in my collection, I start off by making a metal plate that I've carved backwards with the design. And I have an old school printing press in my studio that allows me to pull beautiful black ink line prints from the plates that I've made. And there's an embossment here where you can actually feel where the metal pushed into the plate, which allows me to then go in with watercolors and paint the piece and frame it, but do a custom job. So very often I customize the hair and the eye color of the couple. My son's fiance is black. I did one with a black and a Caucasian person for them. It allows me so much flexibility when I'm making these pieces, and I can personalize them with inscriptions as well. And because it's our Hanukkah party, one of the first pieces I want to share with you tonight is my Shehechianu, which is one of the only pieces I've done with the full prayer. It goes Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'achianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh, amen. And it's a prayer giving thanks to bringing us to this day. And I was fortunate enough to, when public television stations around the country air a documentary called Hanukkah, a Festival of Delights, right around this time of year, get the pun, they do a print version of this as a donor gift. But this is the original watercolor over the engraving. And because I love when people who present their work ties into each other. Amy spoke so beautifully about the 613 mitzvot or commandments. And there's also a legend that every pomegranate will have 613 seeds. So this is from my vintage collection because the line work is so intense. It looks almost like an 1800s Persian Ives engraving. And this is my pomegranate topiary from that collection. The larger one on the wall there is from my classics collection. And then I have a collection that I super love doing, which is my little ones, which are all also hand-colored engravings. They make the greatest Hanukkah gifts. And they're all framed, hand-painted, come with gorgeous work, paperwork that tells the story of how it was made and how it was done. And we have pomegranates with English or Hebrew in this size as well. And another tie-in that I caught when we were talking is the love, which is Ani Ladodi, the Dodi Li. I am my beloved and my beloved is mine. And this is it in the smaller size. And then I'm going to reach down and find it in classic size. And it has the English and the Hebrew in this one. And another one of my favorite words that speaks about love is beshert. And beshert means you found your soulmate. And this is a great Hanukkah gift for a couple or for one person from a couple to give another. And I inscribe 2 names and personalize it at the bottom. And again, I have it in the classic size, a very large size. And then in my minis, I would have to find right here. Yay! Here is the small baby version of beshert. Another theme that comes in multiple sizes are my hamsas, which are symbols of protection. And there's my little one behind me on the wall. I have the classic size and the premier size over there. And do I have time to talk about my trees of life?
You do it.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I love painting trees of life because of the symbolism that it is those who hold fast to it find joy. Because I put the pomegranates that symbolize the good deeds in them, but my own personal meaning that I throw into every tree of life I design is that we're all rooted, then we branch out and we find our way in the world, and the bark and the trunk represents life's twists and turns. So I always do a twisty trunk. How about something for kids? Do I have a second? Plus
I
it is.
love that so much. You do. You know what? You have a minute.
Oh, I
How
have
does
a
that
whole-
sound?
Look at that. That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
And while you're looking, can you tell us if when people purchase Hanukkah gifts from you, do they come wrapped?
They come wrapped. They come with fabulous paperwork. People just take them and present. You could tell me what to write in the card. We'll write the card for you. So a
That's
great
service.
Hanukkah gift is a child's Hebrew name. And I customize this. I designed the alphabet so that each Hebrew letter corresponds to the right animal of that letter. And then we spell out the kid's name. And on the back comes a legend where I've shown you how each letter and what it means. And then if you want original art for the child for Hanukkah, look at me leaning. This is dangerous. We have little ones that are hand painted.
Oh.
This is a Yiddish expression that my grandmother always said to me called geh schlafen. And it just means go to sleep, but it's usually said very tenderly. And then this one is called Laila Tov, and that's a sweet way of saying literally good night. And I can custom paint the Laila Tov's outfit in different colors and also put the kid's name at the bottom, personalize it in pencil before it's framed under glass to go out.
Can't get better than that, Karla. Thank you very much. You showed us a very large breadth of work, and that
And I
was
didn't
wonderful.
even get to the goods and gifts like the coasters and the notebooks and stuff.
We'll see about an after party. I'll write a note down. Thank you, Karla, and thanks everyone. Thanks to all the incredible artists who came out tonight, and to all of you, of course. This was such a wonderful party and a well-attended party. And there is a question for Karla in the chat, but we're going to get to it in the after party. So if someone can write that down. And also thank you for putting up with me, you guys, because I don't know if everyone noticed, but I was completely kicked off Wi-Fi in the middle of that. So I'm glad that we all covered and got through it. So I just want to sort of reiterate that you guys are the reason we do the work that we do. You continually inspire us. It's been so wonderful to be able to connect with you through Zoom, even though we are now going out into in-person shows, as some of the artists alluded to, but we want to keep that connection going. And so as many of you probably know, the ways that we can all stay connected is follow us through our social media. If you saw an artist that maybe you didn't even know tonight, check out their website. You can be part of their newsletter, as Kathleen was talking about. It's really a wonderful way to really get to know the pieces and the artwork and the people behind them, and really connect with those purchases. They're not just purchases. They're really much more meaningful gifts, aren't they? So I know that one of the things that we're all waiting for tonight is the announcing of the gift certificate winners. And thankfully, even though I had no Wi-Fi, I had my phone with service, and Kathleen texted me the winners. So we actually do get to have that tonight. So if you would like, and I'm going to unspotlight myself, if you guys would like to unmute yourselves, we always love to hear a little hooting and hollering when somebody wins a prize, because it's kind of exciting. And if you do hear your name, oh, thank you, Mary Carol. I love my hat too, and I love June's hat. And anyway, if you hear your name as one of the winners, if you would please put your email in the chat. If you don't want to send it to the entire group, you can just send it to me at Art Party. What am I called? Art Party Central. Yes. You can just send it straight to me. And why don't I go ahead and give you the winners? So For a $50 gift certificate to Jennifer Lippman Bruno, we have Deborah Getz. Congratulations. And yay. And for a $50 gift certificate to Amy Kanerock, we have Aya Batensky. Congratulations.
Aya.
And then finally, Karla Gudeon, $50 gift certificate, Patricia Battle. So thank you so much. Again, yep, I see you guys are listening. I appreciate that. Putting your name, your email in the chat. That's really helpful. So if oh, sorry. And because this party is benefiting those 7 synagogues, we'll be sending you all a follow-up email. I think I said that in the beginning and I will say it again. We're sending out a follow-up email with all the websites for all 9 artists. We've been posting links in the chat and stuff, but I know it's really hard to follow the talk and follow the chat and write down those websites, so don't worry about it. You will be receiving an email from us shortly with all of the 9 artists' websites, as well as my own, swan&stone.com. And 15% of every purchase made from those websites will go to the synagogue of your choice. So you'll be given a list of coupon codes. That's 7 different codes. And when you go into checkout, you just put that coupon code and that tells us which synagogue to donate the 15% to. So thanks so much. We have 2 special parties next week for New York City Jewelry Week. Woohoo! New York City Jewelry Week! So exciting. And it's just in time for holiday shopping. On Friday, November 19th, each party will feature a different set of artists, including, and here's the list, Jira Lodge Jewelry, Jennifer Lippman Bruno, woohoo! Valerie Hector Designs, Bella Mode, Kay Lamberti Designs, Ellen Cohen Design, Merzada, Judith Hawes, Meghan Patrice Riley, your friend and mine, Francesca Vitali Paper Jewelry, Wendy Jo New Metal Designs, Alex Lozier Jewelry, Eileen Schwartz Jewelry, Janine Krantz Artisan Jewelry, Suzanne Schwartz Jewelry, and Laura Jacklich Jewelry. So if you ever want to know what's going on with Art Party Central, which artists are going to be coming to the next party, just go to artpartycentral.org. I know I'm sort of throwing a lot of stuff at you. Sometimes it's really hard to get all that in your ears and in your brains. So you can get a visual by going to artpartycentral.org, and then also in your follow-up email, we'll give you some more information. So I just want to say thanks to everyone. This was such an awesome party. We want to be respectful of your time, so don't feel like it's rude if you need to pop off. But we will go into the after party now. And if anyone wants to ask a question, I just have like a couple that I noticed weren't, that we didn't have time for, but go ahead. You can, if you're shy, write it in the chat. If you're super shy, private message me or just say it. And that works too. Did anyone have any other questions for the artists? Okay, Shayna. There was a question for you. I'm just going to spotlight you. Do your crescent pod cuffs come in 6 inches? Does that make sense? Do the crescent pod cuffs, I wrote it down. I don't know. Does that, do they come in sizes other than 6 inches? Thank you, Raina. The website says 6 inches. You're muted, baby.
Sorry. So my website's a little funky. Just message me. I can make everything's handmade in my studio, so I can make it to fit you exactly.
Okay. And on your website, it's easy enough to figure out how to communicate.
Yeah, just go to my web. The best thing to do is to maybe go to my website and send me a message, and then I'll just talk with you. Because there's so many sizes for everything. It's hard to put them all on the website. You could even order and then just send me a note afterwards saying, hey, Shayna, I actually need this in a 7-inch or 8, whatever you need. Just tell me, I'll do it.
Right. Okay, cool. I'm just scrolling up because there was a question. Oh, So for Karla, can Karla do a brief overview of the difference of the classic versus vintage versus premier collection?
Okay, sure. So basically there's like a kind of tiered up. There's the goods and gifts, which I had been talking about, things like marble coaster sets and notebooks, and those are great for teacher gifts and housewarming, things like that. Then we move into the little ones, which were kind of obvious. That was this series. And the difference between the vintage and the classics is, I guess, the hardest one to see because they are of similar sizes, but it's in the way I paint them. The vintage size is a little more less costing you an arm and a leg because I put so much work into the etching and the line work. I wash the paint over so the lines come through and it's faster to paint. Another good example of that is the tree in the vintage collection. It looks like it would be super hard because there's a gazillion little leaves, but I washed the paint over the etching line, so it's actually fast, as opposed to the classic style, which is the etching is just an outline, and I have to multi-layer the watercolor, staying in the lines very carefully to get that depth of color and to precisely paint in each line. So the classics are the style that the vintage style is newer, the classic is older, but it also takes a lot longer to do a classic. And premier is just really size based. They're the pieces that I call the room makers. There's pieces like the big tree, the big humps, or the big Beshert, or I have a 5-foot long version of my seasons piece.
Awesome.
Thank you.
So that, did anyone else have any? Oh, sorry, I'm missing a couple. Oh, while you're there, have you ever thought of doing a coloring book? That's a great question, Shayna.
Well, actually, if you're local, I do my own coloring sheets, and then I have coloring nights at my studio on Long Island. I am doing an open house on Saturday from 12 to 4, and if you come in, you can actually sign up for one of my coloring nights, and it's real zen and chill and lots of fun. And then you get to go home with a framed coloring sheet that I designed for you. And Liz has a question. Her hand keeps going up.
Yeah, I mean, this is actually a question for Amy Kanerock. The statement piece that you had on at the beginning where you turned it around, is the chain more black or blue? Because it looks black in the Zoom.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, it's not black at all. It's actually, this particular one is, it's got green and blue and bronze, and it really picks up the color of the stone. That said, I don't know if you wanted black, because this kind of I can alter the chunky chain for the colors that you want. This one, I think, happens to really pick up the colors in the stone very nicely. But if you wanted a more sedate color in the chain, that would easily be a possibility.
Great, thank you. No, I was looking at the website and it looked blue, but on Zoom it looked black.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of a blue and green and bronze. It's a lot of different colors. And
so, thank you.
sure. Thanks.
Jan?
Yes.
Can you describe how exactly the Shibori process works?
Sure.
How do you do this?
It starts out as a piece of flat white silk. I take a plumbing pole, which is exactly what you think it is, and I wrap the silk around with string. Different sizes of string make different sizes of stripes. And I wrap that, and as I wrap it, I compress it. So it looks like little pleats. And then I keep going to the end, compress it all, soak it in water, and then when I dye it, the water brings the dyes to different areas of the scarf, and that's what makes the lines and the different places where it has different colors. So, and because of the string and the lines and the water, you'll see like sections that are, this large section of kind of a reddish color, and then the white is where the string was. So that's, and then I steam it for a couple of hours, and the dye stays in there.
Great, thanks. I'm just gonna read what Karla said because I think it's really, oh, I thought you were announcing the bazaar. I was just glancing.
No, but I was
anyway.
going to, because there's four of
I
us
think it makes
either.
sense. Mhm.
So we are there, I believe it's Amy Kanerock, Ekologic, myself, and who am I forgetting that's doing Grand Bazaar? But it's Sunday.
Judith Haas.
Judith Haas, yes. Sunday, the 21st of this month. We are all four going to be at the Grand Bazaar on the Upper West Side of New York City. So come see Art Party Central at the Grand Bazaar.
Cool. And just to clear it up, I'm talking with Liz in the chat. We call it a cloche because it actually is a cloche crown and it doesn't really look like a cloche the way I'm wearing it. But yes, it's that's why it's sort of, we just sort of gave it a separate name, demure cloche. So, Kathleen, we didn't actually see the beautiful, is it Veronica? Am I saying it right?
Yes. Yeah.
We didn't actually see the beautiful piece behind you this time.
Right. I think I brought them up, but I'm going to bring her up just in case so you can see.
Oh, did you bring her up?
I hope so.
Yes, you did.
It's really
You did. Oh, okay. I thought you didn't. I'm mixing things up.
Yes, no, that's all right. I definitely tried to remember because it's really fun to see all the different intersections and how everything is, collaged together. But for some reason, I was really on a pink theme tonight. I was like, wow.
Right. Great.
I'm in a happy pink theme. I didn't show the Saturn design, which I should, because it is really great for people that wear glasses or have long hair. It's got a little extra volume and, it's a customer favorite. It's just a good hat. So I did forget this lovely design tonight.
That's awesome. And then Amy from Adar, since I ended up needing to sort of cut you off, did you want to show any more of those lovely little pieces? Because I sort of pushed you along, didn't mean to.
Yeah, no, I mean, actually, I'm going to show a couple of keypote, but then I wanted to make one comment about custom work. So yeah, so this is a beautiful hand beaded kippah. But what I did want to mention was custom work is one of my favorite things to do. And just to give you an example, just in case we have any Michigan fans. So clearly this was a Michigan Talit, right? And the corners in Hebrew say there's one star, that's usually where I would put a Hebrew name. This is Hail to the Victors. This is Go Blue. And this corner says, oops, Michigan. So we can do just about anything that you want. I have some that have the scales of justice. I have medical designs. So when somebody comes in and has an idea of what they want, if you have somebody who absolutely loves to dance, this is a challah cover, and it's got a beautiful pieces of text. And I really can't sing, but it's Kol Hanshama Tehallel. So anyway, it's about the spirit and dancing, and it's beautiful. So you have an opportunity to create designs that you really want. That's it.
Thank you.
Can I ask Amy a question? Do you do anything, the matzah coverings for Passover?
Yeah, oh, that's a great question. So I have one that's, I do lots of them. They're all different. So this is slightly more classic, sort of a wheat design. It's obvious, it's got the, the separate sections, and it's got an afikoman bag to match. And then this one is a little bit different. I love to take pieces of text. So this is Hayam Ravayanu. So it's the idea of the sea splitting, of the river splitting. And so what I wanted to do was do the motif of the water. And again, it has an afikoman bag to match. So same concept, take the pieces of halachma or just take different things. Sometimes people will send me a picture of their China pattern, and we'll go from there.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any other questions?
I just wanted to quickly piggyback off of Amy about, she does the wedding glass bags. I do the wedding glasses. So I have a bunch of different colors of cups that you can break under the chuppah. And then I make pieces that you can put the glass into. So I make mezuzot, so the two sides would then get filled, as well as candle holders that are all do it yourself. So the tops come off, you fill them, and then I give you a packet of glue and so that way you can seal them up yourself at home. Make it as a keepsake. I also do baby things too, which I wanted to, as you see my baby, he wants to play cards with me right now. I know, we're gonna play cards in a minute, honey. I do a hamsa for baby's room, as well as other mezuzot that can be customized with different colors. So this is blue, you know, this came off of his room, but I can do purple, pink, yellow. I can match any decor as well. So just a little bit of customization. Just wanted to share with you.
Did you and Amy know each other before? Because you guys are a good pair, aren't you?
Oh,
You complement each other.
Yeah, I can't wait to collaborate.
Yeah, I think that's so exciting. That's really great. Yes, and Deborah is saying Joy also does amazing jewelry. So
I do.
when you go check out her website.
Oh, yes.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Jennifer, were there any other pieces that you wanted to show us? Yeah, there you go.
These are sweet little, there we go. These are really sweet little earrings, very lightweight, French hook, either in the gold or the silver with a little diamond.
Oh.
Is there something else? Some really big funky hoops. These are sterling silver that are oxidized black, but I also have them in regular silver. So lots to see, big and small.
Yeah.
Jennifer, how about some of your gorgeous, gorgeous bracelets?
The big wrap ones?
Yes.
With alligator skin?
Yes. I so want one of those. They're just so fun.
So these are sterling silver with a concrete with a black leather strap that you just tie. And I have a system. I have a method to the madness. You do not need a partner in crime to put them on. This one is like a purple alligator skin. Here's the blue. And then this one's just a really simple, strong green. And so then I just dyed the concrete to match it.
That's stunning. I love the green.
Thank you. Who's even talking? I don't know, but thank you.
It's Mary Carol. Yeah.
Mary Carol, hi.
Can you not tell my voice?
I know. Sorry. Don't be offended.
It's okay. I know when I'm not loved.
Oh.
Right now.
You are loved. I wasn't even looking at my screen.
Yeah.
I'm loved. I'm lover.
Oh.
So Megan, just before we all sign off, what we didn't get to see is how you pair some of your earrings with your necklaces. Do you want to just show us a couple little?
Oh, I brought, well, if I can find everything.
Oh
my gosh. Well, I started getting all the spot.
I mean, I literally put you on the spot, but like spotlit you and everything.
Oh,
yeah.
I know. I
Go
dropped
ahead.
the necklace somewhere, but I was thinking. Go me. I got all kind of, okay. Anyways, I love wearing necklaces with earrings, but I'm always thinking about size. So I have tons of different sizes. It can go from really little to really big. It can get really small posts, hooks, everything. So I'm always thinking a smaller earring with a shorter necklace and maybe a bigger earring with a longer necklace. And I'm also happy to help. I am taking very limited Zoom appointments right now and doing more on our chat just because we're getting busy. So if you need me, chat us on the website. It just pops right up when you go on there.
Have you guys all noticed that Meghan is like the master of the pause? Just because we're getting busy.
Bless you.
Yeah. It's like-
And by the way, Sam and I are both wearing NPR earrings.
Right. Yes. And I keep forgetting, well, there hasn't been time in between all of these artists to actually mention that. I apologize, but yeah.
I know. And
We
I'm-
do,
I'm-
yeah. We have like a
I'm
special
wearing-
collection up right now, and
Oh,
they're
and Mary Carroll is too.
Yeah, I'm wearing some Francesca.
Oh, Francesca,
Very
awesome.
cool.
love her.
I love
Good job.
them. And they're so cool.
Mhm.
So I'm originally from New York City,
Mhm.
and I had asked her, we obviously designed these together, but they are of the street. She took them from a map of the street of where I grew up.
Oh,
So
that's so
one
great.
side is like my street, my neighborhood, and the other side is the subway.
Oh,
So
So cool.
I love them.
wait,
Thank you,
how
Francesca.
yeah, how much can jewelry how
Yeah.
much does jewelry hold? We hold these memories in there. I love
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
I know, it's awesome.
special
Well,
objects.
thank you all. It is getting a little late. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming. This was such a wonderful party. We really appreciate you all coming.
Well, we
Thank
love
you.
being here. It's what I
Yay.
look forward to every week.
Yay.
Thank you.
Guys.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank you
Bye.
all for
Thank you.
coming.
Good night, everyone. Have a great night.